as our guitar-backed gumshoes continue their search to understand the purpose of Alex Dinny's peculiar photo poses, they find themselves at the entrance to the nefarious Underzoo, with a zoo guard, now their compliant ally, thanks to Mara's siren song.
Okay, so she is sat.
She's agreed to be our best friend. We're braiding our hair.
She had me grappled and was sitting on me, and we asked her to politely sit down, and now she has done so in a less aggressive way.
So you have this security guard sitting compliantly on the catwalk above an open cavern. Now that you have a chance to look down at it, you can see that the catwalk from the door extends out over an empty space with about a 30-foot drop below it. It extends about 100 feet into a stairwell, like a set of switch-backed stairs at the far end of this chamber of the cavern. As you look down, the administration building foundation forms the one artificial wall of the space. And as you look out around the natural walls of the cavern, you see that there are tunnels that branch off and go deeper in. Each of them has a plate of glass, preventing someone from just walking straight through.
Mm-hmm. Sort of like security doors?
Yes.
Interesting. We should keep going?
Or ask this gal some stuff, see what she knows. So she sat down, that's what I asked her to do. At this point, how willing to work with us is she? Can we find out some way?
That was a big breath.
Oh, it's independent on this answer.
Oh. She is a compliant ally at the moment.
Can you take us to Dinny's wife?
She left.
Where?
She took a job in Asteroid City.
Can you remind me her name?
Of course, Madeline. She left in January.
When he was gone for a week?
She was freelancing here.
As a photographer?
As a photographer, yeah. She was here and then she was gone, and she was like all last year. She was just kind of in and out of town, but I think she got a permanent position in Asteroid City.
Was it very, very, very high security position?
I'm sorry? I don't understand. She's a photographer.
Photographers can be high security, right?
Oh, no, she was never down here. She was topside zoo.
Is Dinny ever down here?
No, he, as far as I know, he doesn't know this place exists.
Our answers.
Just so I'm clear, I'm no geography expert. Where is Asteroid City?
Asteroid City
Middle of the desert. It's a Wes Anderson movie. Yeah.
Asteroid City it's in Utah.
Right.
It's in-world. Asteroid City is a place where in the late 1800s, an asteroid crashed and landed and sort of sparked a local gold rush of people coming to mine the asteroid for metal. So,
yeah, in the movie it is treated the same way. It's like where geologists and astronomers go to check out where the asteroid used to be.
So space stuff.
Space stuff hundreds of miles away.
Got it.
Being an American living in America, know that Asteroid City founded on a gold rush. Tremendously valuable minerals were included in this meteorite.
So many character actors live there.
Okay. No connection to as much as you want. No, you're fine. I absolutely named it that unconsciously.
No, it's good. It's a good movie, and this is a different Asteroid City.
She moved.
Can I silent communicate with Aubrey? What are you thinking? What do you know? What I thought I saw a flash of recognition, but no. Okay.
No, Aubrey is. I'm imagining that the security guard is still like sitting kind of on her, just more casually, and Aubrey's still just like laid out on the catwalk with her like cheek pressed into the grate, and it's just like thinking. Is there a policy when people leave here that they, or if they find out about the Underzoo, that they forget about it?
How could you forget? There's NDAs.
Do you trust Miss
Are they
Owens?
magic NDAs?
Yeah.
There's no such thing as magic.
Yeah, right? Okay,
Right.
cool.
Right.
Do you trust Miss Owens?
Miss Owens?
Yeah.
I don't interact with her much. She has access to the Underzoo, so she is trusted.
What is in the Underzoo then?
Us?
And you see just a blank look cross her face.
Yeah, it's magic NDAs.
I don't need to know to do my job.
Fair? Is it fair? No, it's not fair.
May we ask you your name, ma'am?
Of course, I'm Jesse.
Jesse. Okay. Well, thank you for your help.
You're so good at martial arts, Jesse.
Yes. And Jesse, are you aware that Dinny has no recollection of Madeline's existence? And in every photograph of the two of them, she's now disappeared.
Look, he took the breakup pretty hard, but I can't imagine him not remembering her. That's ridiculous.
So things didn't end amicably when she took the job between the two of them.
I mean, I'm not really someone he confides in, but he was always clean shaven before. And I think he let his hygiene go and just decided to go with it, and now wears what he wears.
So you're not a fan of the beard? If we're like
If you're
doing an
not-
office straw poll.
If you're not an actual rock star, you can't have a beard that big. It doesn't make sense.
He makes it work somehow. Anyway, moving on. Jesse, if you'll give us just a moment, I would like to just kind of huddle with these two for a second.
Of course, mistress.
Okay. Well, so are we thinking there's some sort of like magic, like document that's signed and it erases you from everyone's memory to keep things super, super secret?
It could be. There's so many caves down here too that it could be something else.
Okay.
Like a cave.
Like a cave.
I love your perseverance. Okay, so we should keep going and have Jessie show us around. Well, she doesn't know anything down here.
She doesn't know anything. I think it's possible. It could be that there was a breakup and that she left and disappeared in more ways than one, but however that happened seems to have to do with here.
And he was gone for a week. Around
Right.
the same time?
Receiving some sort of treatment, perhaps?
Maybe in the Underzoo.
I don't think she went to Asteroid City. Madeline?
That's her.
Down here?
Oh, okay. So we'll keep looking around. Okay, Jesse, we're going to take a look around down here. Why don't you come along with us since you're still doing your job?
Yeah, can you ask her to stand up?
Will you stand up, please?
Yes, mistress. I don't think you want to go down there.
Why is that?
And a blank look comes across her face. Once again, I'm supposed to keep everyone out.
Well, we'll put it this way. We're not like the people that you need to keep out of here. We might know more about what's down here already.
Of course, mistress.
And we'd like to move forward, so if you could step out of the way, please.
Of course, mistress.
And open the doors.
Does your badge have clearance down here?
I don't think it does.
And Hannah's definitely doesn't, right?
Who?
I was out of question.
Yeah, different part of the zoo.
Yeah, that's-
No, not a chance.
I think if you do say her name, I like step on your foot. Like, we don't want to implicate.
Right,
Like-
right. No one. Shanna, old friend.
Okay.
I don't think we're getting any further with them, and it seems like it might be a bad idea to go further.
Further into the Underzoo? Is it a bad idea?
Just because
I will tell
The
you.
charmed security guard says it's a bad idea doesn't mean we shouldn't
great
go.
idea.
I will tell you
I'm gonna go.
that going further into the Underzoo will invoke dire peril. Your characters could die in the Underzoo.
Okay.
Oh, but it might not have the answer that we...
You know, there's this
Might have answers.
in video games. Sometimes to denote an area you are underleveled for, they will put a little skull icon above it.
Yep.
Maybe like to suggest come back here later.
Yeah, maybe we should do
That's the vibe I'm getting here.
Okay. Well, maybe we thank Jessie for her help and have her escort us safely out of the zoo entirely without being seen.
No,
No, what other leads do we have though? I think we need to keep looking.
Okay.
You can tell that Aubrey wants to go into the Underzoo.
I'm right there with you.
Should we go to the fauna section then? The megafauna?
We know her name.
Madeline?
Yeah.
Can we do more with that? Maybe we bring it to Dinny?
See if it causes him to remember anything.
Snap out.
Oh, we could. Jesse, is there anything left here of Madeline's? Maybe an old office, old supplies? Anything left from her working here at all?
She didn't have an office. She was just a contractor.
It could help with Denny's healing process. I think he's in a lot of denial. Just to remember when things with Madeline were good and that maybe he could find that with someone else in the future.
I'm sorry, I don't know anything of hers.
Do you know her last name?
Dinny.
Oh, yeah.
They were married.
Sharts. How long were they married?
5 years?
Wow, and he was flirting at coffee shops.
No, not enough. Okay.
I think maybe Jesse gets us out of here is a good idea. I just don't know. I agree with you. Where do we go next if the Dinny thing fails? Do we just go try Dinny? Put all money on black?
He's not going to know anything, though, because he didn't before.
Is there anything more here we can do?
Well,
Just to sort of maybe ask Helix above the table. I really want to check out this area. I understand that it's dangerous. When you say the consequences are dire, is that like fully skull, like, hey, I am not wanting you, like, this is not really here for you right now? Like, where's your head at with this?
Yeah. Dire peril is intended as a system of saying, right, you can goof around as much as you want and cause mayhem and mischief and run away from security guards, and your characters are at no risk of death. You can absolutely go down there. You will almost certainly learn things, whether you want to learn them or not, down there, whether or not they're relevant to the mystery at hand. I don't feel like aside from the fact that this guy works at the zoo, I don't feel like I've given you a ton of clues that say the Underzoo is where you need to go. And you guys found it via a triumph and improv.
Cool.
If you want to get answers down there, you almost certainly can. Is that where
But maybe when we're not being chased.
Is that where the root of the mystery is? Who knows?
yeah.
This looks, smells, and tastes like Pandora's box.
Yes, I agree.
Okay.
Well, let's think about so we had all the photographs of a lot of nature and the sea. That was one photograph too. In conjunction to the abstract photo, it was a landscape of the sea. Will we find anything going to like the dock? Or I can't just ask straight up questions, can I?
Yeah.
Or is there like a yellow pages we could look up in terms of Madeline Dinny, photographer, anywhere?
I think we need to do
Maybe.
research on the name.
I think we should read, now that we have her name, we should see if there's any
The
more.
fact that it still exists in some memories
Yes.
is really interesting.
And not his.
Memories in the know. He's not in the know anymore.
Yeah, why is it he knows nothing about his ex or his wife? Or
But also
maybe
the
ex-wife?
photo, like, now that we know the name, will it show up in the photos?
Oh.
Maybe we go test it.
We should, you're right, we
Yeah,
should go
can
back.
this security guard sort of escort us maybe like
That's what I was-
through
yeah.
and out to a safe area and maybe just like,
That's all they were trying to do in the first place.
So true. Just without being seen that we're still here.
Yes, they can.
As we're walking out, I want to like write on a Thorne & Co. business card in case you forget. And I'm going to hand it to Jesse and be like, keep this somewhere very safe, somewhere not here. And if you ever find this to be true, call us.
Aubrey writes in pen in between some of the plants on her tattoos, like a quick sketch of what the Underzoo kind of looks like from here, the atrium and the steps to copy for later.
Good idea.
Yeah.
A little straw map to get back in. Yeah, it's sort of like a star almost.
So I just drew to show those in the room what to me looks like a sun rising above a horizon with four rays protruding off of it. Right?
Yeah.
The one flat wall being the wall to the administration building.
And that maybe has, like the catwalk coming straight out from it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You see, Aubrey sketches that design in between some of the marigolds.
Okay. So, head back to Denny's then?
Yeah, so Jesse escorts you out of the zoo. using essentially like walks you through the building and takes you out to the other door that would have just exited into the employee parking lot. You can walk around the perimeter of the zoo back to your truck and drive back to Dinny's.
On the way, I want to... Oh, yeah, actually, the photos are all back there with the names, so perfect.
You arrive at Dinny's and you find him seeming to be feeling much better. He's in his backyard climbing on the climbing board.
Looking outside at sort of tire tracks and stuff. Has anyone been here since we were? Or are there any cars, or does it look like any screeched in or away?
So you don't see any, like, burned rubber tracks. This is a residential neighborhood.
Yeah.
People, you would have expected people to have come and gone a bit. You can... What are you trying to
I just want to see if Owen's called some, like, memory guys on him.
Thought police.
Yeah.
If anything happened.
Cancel culture.
I will tell you, you do not see any evidence of rapid, like you don't see any burnouts, you don't see any evidence of that.
Is my car okay?
Yeah, your car's right there.
Great.
This is a nice neighborhood.
I know.
Yeah.
But just want to make sure. Okay, well, can I like knock on the, like, he's in the backyard?
He's in the backyard.
Knock on the fence a little bit, get his attention. Very politely.
Hello. What have you found so far?
I deliberately stride right up to him, elbows out. I grab him by the arms, I look him dead in the eyes, and I say, Madeline Dinny.
His face goes completely blank for a moment. How did you make that sound?
Madeline Dinny.
That's an incredible impression of static you're making.
And it's giving you a headache? Madeline Dinny.
He flinches a bit as you say it the third time.
Something's wrong.
And he pinches the bridge of his nose as if it is starting to give him a headache.
Yeah. I go into the house to get a little paper towel in case he's getting a nosebleed, and I check out the signature on one of the photos.
Still blurred.
Still blurred.
That's not possible. What's coming out my mouth, right?
Yeah, Alex,
No?
I hear him just saying a name. He's not making any static sound.
What?
Do you remember going on vacation for a week in January?
I remember training really hard in January. I had a marathon in February that I was going to run, and so I just took a week off and ran around the park.
Have you always had facial hair? Denny, have you always had this beard? It suits you, but...
I'm, trying something new. New year, new me.
Okay. Can we take one more look at those photos that you were showing us that were so strange?
Of course, the back door's open.
Okay. Maybe I will silently communicate to Aubrey, who's already inside, to maybe take a look at the photos and see if she can see anything.
Yeah, I already took a look.
Oh, it's the same as the...
It's still smudged. We can't see anything else now that we've heard the name.
I didn't know that was also the photograph of
Oh, no,
her.
it is just this... Oh, looking at the photos of... Yeah, all of the photos still seem to have her removed from them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you trust Miss Owens back at the zoo?
Of course. She's my boss. Why wouldn't I?
Yeah, what does she do?
She's the VP of administration, and she also handles all of our media stuff.
Media. So she hires the camera people and photographers.
Sure.
Wow. You ever involved in that process?
I make sure that donors get nice photos taken of them when they come to events.
Right.
But I don't hire anyone.
Is there a TV set that we could turn to a channel that has a bunch of ooh.
Yeah.
Is that a thing that could heed some results? Why not? Thorne, wasn't there the big game you wanted to catch on the TV?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love sports.
Yeah. Denny's so sorry. Just quick pause. Our favorite team is playing. Can we turn on your TV for
Just
a second?
a little light hangout time.
I can tell you're stressed. We could just take the load off for a second.
Sure. Yeah, I enjoy sports.
Okay, great. So we walk inside. Yeah. Can I just turn it on to an input with static?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is we're in the 1980s, a CRT TV, probably 20-inch screen, which is, actually don't know if that was big and nice at the time. It's like wood wood paneling on the side and like a dial that you turn to select the channel.
Yeah.
Channels 2, 3, and 4 all have signal. Channel 5 does not.
Okay. So
Channel 5 is
channel
pure
5.
static. Yeah.
What is that? Does that affect him at all? Or is he just like, what?
The game's usually on channel 3, right?
Thorne, you can practice your impression. Would you do that one more time?
Madeline Dinny.
What?
The static's different, right?
Uncanny.
Yeah.
How you do that.
But this static's not making you feel like that.
Why would it it's just
But this impression hurts you?
Well, it's not just something Thorne does. Madeline Denny.
I'm sorry? How are you
Stop saying
I've
it.
hired you to help me understand what's going on and I don't see how this is helping.
Okay, we turn off the TV.
Would you be able to show us the photos that have someone missing from them?
Of course.
Thank you so much.
He stands up from the couch where he had sat next to you to watch the game for a minute, gathers up half dozen or so framed photographs that he's pulling out, like walking around pulling them off the walls, brings them over to you, lays them out on his glass coffee table that he hates. He's just not a glass furniture guy.
Yeah. I think I just want to look at them and see if I can paint a picture of, is there evidence of him training for a marathon with someone? Like, is the woods real? Is that something that his mind has filled in? Where did they go together? What are the places that are important to them?
Yeah. You do see a post-marathon picture of him with, one of the bibs on that has the runner's numbers. That seems to have been taken in New York City. You can see the Brooklyn Bridge in the background. You see a picture of him in front of the Foxglove Rock Project.
Cool.
That's just for Seattle.
The climbing gym.
Oh.
The Seattle Bouldering Project. Sorry, yeah. You see a picture of him down at the wharf, right? All of these, he's clearly in a posture where somebody else should be there, but there is no one there.
Yeah.
To our modern eyes, this would look like a killer Photoshop job.
Which of the donators, what do you call yourselves, rich people?
We're comfortable.
Comfortable people. Which is do you remember like any particularly good photo shoots with any of them?
Ms. Rocco came through at our holiday party last year. She brought an incredible floral arrangement / functional liquor sled.
They slide on the liquor?
A liquor luge.
Like a water slide, but with liquor?
There was ice sculpture with plants wrapped around it, and you pour the liquor into the slide, and it would be cooled as it comes down, and you would...
Held aloft by frozen giant titans. Yeah, we know. We've seen those.
Right.
We've seen those, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
The younger people would, just hold their mouths at the end of the
That'd
luge.
be me usually. Wait, can I silently communicate to both of you? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Should we ask him about Asteroid City?
Thumbs up.
Sure. Okay. Denny, have you ever taken a trip or heard of Asteroid City at all?
Over in Utah?
Yeah.
Sure, I've been there. I visited a friend there once. Couple, 2, 3 times.
Okay. When was the last time you went?
I have the clearest memory of being there. I can't place it.
Huh. Weird.
That is weird.
Happens sometimes.
Yeah. I can check my calendar when I'm at work again. I'm sure I have it on there.
Hey, Alex, do you mind if I use your phone?
Of course.
Upstairs?
There's one in the kitchen. There's one upstairs.
I'm just going to call my doctor, so upstairs.
Okay.
You can star 69 it?
No. I want to pull out the Rolodex and call Miss Bracco.
Okay.
Miss Bracco?
The rich person he just mentioned.
She was at the holiday party. She is the pharma founder. Poppy Bracco.
BR or RO?
Brocco. Poppy Bracco.
So yeah, I'd like to ring the number in his Rolodex for Poppy Bracco and see if we get lucky and she answers.
You hear a low, melodious male British voice answer.
Hi, this is Morgan with Alex Dinny's office. We were calling and hoping to speak with Miss Bracco regarding a recent transaction that we're just having some questions about on our end. We want to make sure everything's on the up and up, you know?
Of course, I don't see an appointment here in my book. Is she expecting your call?
No, but it's kind of... I wouldn't call if it wasn't an emergency, you know what I'm saying?
I understand. I have access to all of her books and files. May I be of assistance? She is currently in the lab.
I mean, maybe you have her... All right, well, looking at what I'm looking at here, I think it would be important for Miss Bracco to be the one I talk to. It's a matter of sound sensitivity, and I understand you may be privileged, but I would hate to be the one that messes this up.
Of course, sir. Just one moment. You are in luck. She just came back. You understand how it is. Clean room procedures can't just be interrupting someone willy-nilly, but seems she's completed her business there. Ms. Bracco, Mr. Morgan from the zoo calling for you. Poppy Bracco.
Hi, Poppy. This is Morgan. I'm with Alex Dinny's office. Hey, I was just going through some records here, and I was wondering if you remembered Madeline Dinny at all?
Madeline? Yes, I believe we met on one or two social occasions.
She was a former employee for the zoo, right? As you remember her?
When I met her, she was there as Mr. Dinny's date. I seem to recall she was a photographer, wildlife photographer, is that right?
Wildlife photographer, yep. She's a person of interest in something that happened with the zoo. So we're looking into it and seeing just kind of if you had any experiences with her in the time, anything odd you can remember about her.
Ask if she has photos from her event.
Do you have photos from the event that night?
I'm sure there are some somewhere. Jeffrey, are there photos from any of the zoo events that you can lay your hands on? Of course, madam.
Could you have those sent over to Thorne Investigations? Like, copies of them would be great.
Yes, so what's the address?
Blah, 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 blah. Chili Hut. Chili Pavilion.
Yes, I'll have those sent over.
Thank you very much, Miss Bracco. Your patronage means the world to the zoo.
What an odd...
Click.
She slays.
Well, those might show up in a couple days.
Yeah.
Well,
Time jump. No.
Yeah, totally an option.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Or do we want to ask?
there's not really like
Feeling it a bit of a loss. I don't know if seeing a photo of her or a photo without her, what do we do with that information? And is it something that we can do now?
We know she was a wildlife photographer. A new job in Asteroid City. We know he was.
I know that the athletics is the thing. If they actually were training for a marathon, if they were going on runs in Cemetery Park.
What if could they have been training for something they were going to encounter that they knew was malicious in some way? They have to run and climb away from it, snap a photo of something that they aren't supposed to know about. Like if they were so intertwined and he knew more about this because he spent every waking day with her, if this was like a passion project of hers, to find a photo of something and then she got a photo and proof of something that she was not supposed to have.
Yeah, to that effect. The things she bought are still here. Alex, do you have any cameras around? Film? Undeveloped film? Or developed photos?
Gestures broadly at the walls around you.
Yeah, you don't know of anything more? Do you have a dark room?
Why would I have a dark room?
You like photos. I didn't know if you took
No,
any
I
of them.
don't. I collect, but I don't.
Yeah.
I want to look around the house for a camera.
Yeah. If there's a camera here, I'm looking for a dark room.
Yeah. Give me a perception roll looking for a camera.
What is the difficulty?
Difficulty is just 2.
No.
Dear sweet grief.
I don't
why?
find anything.
This is so. This is a statistically remarkable session, is what I'm going to say. Were there advantages?
Maybe like one or two.
I think we split up and looked for clues.
So you definitively, you walk around the house, you're looking for evidence that there might be a dark room. There's no spaces that are unaccounted for. There's no chemical smells. You see no evidence whatsoever of a dark room. Go ahead and give me a roll, Thorne, as well, as you're looking around.
For perception?
Also against 2.
But go fart myself.
Yeah, still nothing.
God. Should I try throw my hat in the ring
Why
as
not?
well?
And you get 2 extra blue dice from your friends.
Oh, lovely. Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Yay!
All right.
So I imagine
Is that
this.
1 success?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a success and a threat. I imagine
Okay.
you're all sort of seem to be at your wit's end as to how to get through to this man what is obviously happening,
Yeah.
right?
This attractive man. That's right.
And Mara follows him back outside as he goes outside to sort of keep climbing. And as you're poking around the garage where the climbing board is leaned up against, you do find a camera. It is a high-end Canon SLR that I think Mara is an artsy enough person to know still has film undeveloped in it.
Ooh. Okay.
Like a partially shot roll.
Does he see that I see this?
He's focused on what he's doing.
Okay. Is it too big that I can't pocket it without him noticing?
It is
Huge.
yeah, you wouldn't be able to pocket it. You could try and
You could
hide it
roll the
from him.
film back up and just take the roll out.
Yeah.
Yes, if I can do that, I would.
sure.
I'll do
Dude
that.
doesn't know he owns any cameras either. So.
Yeah. So I would take the film and maybe put it in my pocket.
Yeah,
Love
absolutely.
it. My trench coat pocket. Okay. And I think we go get this developed as soon as possible.
Canonically, I feel like we would have a dark room. We are a private investigator.
True, we would. Or the Chili Pavilion has one.
Yeah, even if you don't, every drugstore still does film development.
Yeah.
How long does that take, though?
An hour.
Oh, great. Okay.
Yeah.
So if we could say goodbye to him, maybe I give him a quick shoulder pat and some Advil, and we get going.
Yeah, I think I look across at the cemetery woods where they've been running or what he's been climbing. Be like, why would people do sports if not for some strange purpose?
Are you okay with me splitting the party?
Yeah.
You want to go for a run?
You run.
Yeah, I like running.
Give me 10 minutes to finish this, and then, yeah.
Yeah. Do you want me on a run or at the drugstore?
What was it?
Oh, should I? Do you want
I feel
a
like
spotter
you two,
or
We
Yeah.
can go get the film developed.
if worst case scenario, I die.
I haven't invoked a dire peril.
You don't know what my plan is.
That's true.
I
That's
would
true.
also like to use my talent of knowing a place so we can get the film developed with no questions asked, and no one will look at the photos.
maybe nearby even if
Yeah.
we can?
Oh yeah, this is my town. This is my neighborhood.
Yeah. Rewinding a little bit, you can, if you want to, absolutely have a dark room in your office. That would only be good for developing black and white film. That is much easier to develop than color film, which requires a whole extra level of rigmarole.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
We need the
Good
colors.
point.
And I'm just going to say that these are disaffected teens who are mostly working in these places.
They don't care.
They absolutely don't care.
Great.
Especially if you slid him an extra few months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, yes. If we head to the drugstore or whatever, if I could slip him a $50 bill to get it done as soon as possible.
That is so much money.
I know.
Front of the line, my dude.
Thank you.
So you're running with him. Finishes his climbing workout, and he straps on his running shoes. I'm thinking we do 10 miles. What's your pace?
Man, I just kind of go. I think my record is like some of them. No, I don't know running even a little
Okay,
bit.
well, we'll just
You just kind of frolic.
yeah. It's like, okay, well, I'll. Why don't you set a comfortable pace? I'll let you know if it's too fast.
Cool.
Okay.
Can I roll in athletics to see if it's too fast?
Yeah. His athletics is going to be, so if you're rolling against it, it's going to be 1 purple, 1 red.
1 purple, 1 red, 1 yellow, 1 green.
So it's basically
Oh,
an
so you're about the
even odds
same.
roll.
2 green. Sorry, I lied.
Okay.
starts, dude. 2 advantages.
That means you're keeping up, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That means you're running.
not outpacing.
You're keeping pace exactly. That's ideal, I think.
Wow, you have you're really satyr-like in your running, man.
Sorry? I think your advantages are that he can do it, but he can't do it while maintaining a conversation really easily. So he's just out of breath as he's like,
yeah,
he's working harder to talk than you are.
Honestly, dude, I think you know these areas a little better than I do. I don't know why my voice has become more of like a Southern California. I think you know this area a little better than I do. Why don't you lead the way? Take me on where you were training back in January, that route.
Of course. He leads you on a counterclockwise loop around the edge of the zone that is fully included by the cemetery. His house is on the east side of the park. When he gets all the way to the west side, he cuts through the gravestones, like starts running through the cemetery area instead of completely running around it, and just starts making a straight line back towards his house. This path gets it directly to 10 miles.
Do you have any family buried out here?
No. I moved here as an adult. The family's back east.
Gotcha. Yeah, kind of creepy to run through a cemetery. Anything? You ever get spooked out?
Man, I can see it from my back window. You know, it's only creepy if it's not something you see every day. Give me a perception as you're running. This is going to be against 2. Throw a black die on there for just being a bit distracted by running.
Yeah.
Not good. That's a fail?
It's a total wash, right? Yeah.
Yep, total wash.
How's that film coming along?
Yeah. The
Teens.
in about 25 minutes, he's got 12 prints off of a 26 potential print roll. I don't know why that detail felt important to me. The photos are varied, right? A few are around the house that you have been going through and feature exclusively Alex in them. Some of them are in woods. You can see gravestones in some of them, and you see Alex like running straight for the camera, like mid-stride, both of his legs off the ground. Like, this is a great action shot that was captured of this man running.
Does he look like he's running away from something?
No. He looks, I mean, he's wearing athletic clothing. Yeah. He's got his running shoes on.
But it's the same spot that I just rolled a perception check.
Sure is.
Zombies.
The last photo has a woman. So Alex was 6'2". She comes up to maybe the middle of his chest. She's pretty short. She's of East Asian descent. Lovely gal. And she's holding the camera that you saw and taking a picture of the two of them in a mirror. Looks like, I don't know, a retail setting or department store or something like that.
That's all.
And they're both smiling and they've got their arms around each other.
This must be Madeline.
Yeah.
So Thorne's running through these woods right now.
Do we think they're in danger, or?
Well, obviously, their work and a lot of their time was spent involved this running track specifically around the cemetery. Because if I'm correct, right, the cemetery is the circumference of the park. Mm-hmm. They could run through it however much they wanted to, but they stuck with where the graves were.
Since the circle of graves was completed, almost nobody goes into the middle. There's hundreds of acres of space. This is a huge park that is surrounded by a cemetery.
Okay.
It was sort of historically a popular zone, but it just isn't anymore. It's also the case that there is more forest that sort of extends out. That's where the city stops. It like butts up against Cemetery Park. It was intended as sort of a central park for an expanding city, and it's just national forest beyond there. Right? It's a rare gift that government's interests lined up in order to preserve old-growth forest, but the area that had even running paths cut into it is Cemetery Park.
Should we try to go to this location of the photo? Sure. If Thorne's perception check didn't work, can we try one out there?
Yeah, so I'm gonna pause. So you can absolutely head towards the park, and I'm gonna switch back over to Thorne. Was there more that you wanted to do on this run?
No, I wanted to know his route.
Yeah.
So that was mission accomplished.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right, you all meet back at Dinny's house.
Yeah, I want to get another roll of film to put in the camera when we get back to the house so that we have a camera too.
For sure.
Just in case.
You acquire one camera and one roll of film.
Wow, we got some great resources in this game session. Rolodex of rich people and a very good camera.
Okay, true.
Yeah?
Yeah. What do we know?
We're all together again.
Can I try doing something before we head out? Just for fun? Just because it's a climbing wall, not up for bouldering, right? It's higher?
It's what he was able to build in his backyard.
Okay.
So it is rubberized handholds, not a natural surface.
I'm just wondering if I climb up it, would it be high enough to like see into the park?
It is set up in such a way that the top of every route that he could set on this thing would be his roof. The roof of his detached garage. His backyard, there is no fence.
Yeah.
It's literally just forest. You can see the outer ring of gravestones from his backyard. So yes, you can absolutely see it from up there or on the ground.
I wouldn't mind taking a quick climb up just to get a vantage point, just in case they spotted something from there.
Yeah.
Do you want to be a spotter while we walk towards the area of investigation? See if that doesn't give us a little advantage? Because you could see it from there.
The diameter of that circle is miles. Like it's probably about a 3-mile diameter circle. So that running around half of it on the outside, my math is not perfect here, is going to be the first 7 miles and 3 miles through the middle. It feels like you guys are feeling a little bit lost. I want to hear a confusion song at the moment, because Noah's been sitting here for a minute, providing lovely ambiance.
What do we know? We know what we know. We don't know what we don't know, but we know what we know.
Running in circles,
Lost in the woods.
training for something.
Something that can't be good.
Brain full of static.
And the climbing wall doesn't go to the top of the mountain, I don't think at all.
Now, if I were a gal that went missing, I would just say, "Here I am," and I'd be found. But that's not what we're dealing with here, folks. No, we're not standing on solid ground. Question.
Aubrey, give me a perception roll. This one is going to be easy against 1.
Said the man with no control over the dice.
Hey-oh! Aubrey has succeeded on a roll. I am thrilled to inform you. Aubrey has gotten 1 advantage, 2 successes, and 1 triumph. Thank God. Tell me everything.
You are up on the roof of the garage. You are looking down at Thorne, who has just come back from this run, and you spot something unusual sticking out of his shoe. Their shoe, excuse me. Their hoof? Do you wear shoes?
Oh, I'm wearing shoes, yeah.
You wear shoes, great. Yeah. I imagine because of their unusual ankle structure, there's a bit more play, a bit more room for things to get stuck, and there's just a patch of red there. Are they bleeding? And when you clamber down to take a closer look, you recognize the red cap of a mushroom that should not grow in this world.
Is growing out of their shoe?
Got stuck in their shoe as they were running.
Oh,
Aubrey, what do you see?
Oh, but
The Triumph
Yeah.
give you this as well. This is not a mushroom that should grow in autumn, nor in spring, nor in summer. This mushroom only grows in the winterlands.
Okay. Do I know? I imagine that Aubrey had ended up in the autumn lands through the ruins, but was it through Cemetery Park? Was it?
I think that's up to you.
Okay. But there maybe is another... I think you just hear her, like, running through this. She says, but autumn's in the ruins, but are there more?
Hey, Earth to Aubrey. Hey, what's going on? Fill me in.
I just pluck the mushroom from your shoe, from Thorne's shoe. This is not a native plant. I have not seen this plant in at least 12 years. And I look over at Dinny, sort of, not wanting to say how many years ago that was, because it was more years ago than I've been alive on Earth. Okay.
I'm gonna silently communicate.
Some folks are involved in this. Oh, it is like it. I was worried it was like what happened, but it might be.
Picking up on this is something that Dinny should not hear. I escort him inside the house to let Aubrey fill Thorne in on what's going on, expecting that I'll get the rundown later.
This is from one of the Fey courts, one of the fairy realms. This is the Winter Court, which I didn't deal with that often, but if she went missing well off in the woods, it could be really similar to...
They cut through the center of the circle. They enter the fairy ring.
The whole thing is a fairy ring? That's so big. That's so many mushrooms. Shoot, that's just like them.
Yeah. Here, come play in our park.
At this point, Dinny is back on the couch with some water, and I come back out. Hey, yep, what do we find? What we got?
Yeah, it's fairy stuff.
Oh, like your fairy stuff, or?
Tangential, not the autumn lands, but similar enough that, yeah, it's a fairy ring that they walked through and they probably stole her.
Oh, like it wasn't something that she fell into like you did. She got taken by
The
choice.
veil is like thin.
Maybe. I mean, it's easy to stumble into and just not come back, but I mean, sometimes
You were
time...
only gone for how long?
I mean, I don't know.
70 years.
No, but in this timeline,
Oh.
like how?
I don't know. It was the same afternoon, I guess.
Right, and she's been gone for real time, Earth time, months, right?
Yeah. Okay,
What
well,
if she's back?
Do you think this is worth going over there?
yup. And
Okay.
Aubrey just picks up the mushroom and starts power walking elbows akimbo towards the fairy ring.
Straight behind her, same thing.
Into the forest of death.
And so our performing PIs power walk into danger, ever closer to the heart of this mystery. But will they find answers in the forest or death? Find out next time on RPG Major. Thanks for joining us for this RPG Major Mystery. You can connect with us and other people who like this oddball little show on our Discord or on social media. You'll find links in our show notes. Mara Vertere is played by unrivaled vocalist Lauren Drake. You can find her in scripted productions around Seattle and performing with Jet City Improv and musical improv team We Have Some Notes. Find her on socials at La La Drake. Aubrey Stump is played by loquacious lyricist Camilla Franklin. Find her performing around Seattle with musical improv team Fancy Cafeteria and on Instagram at Camilla Strader. Thorne is played by peerless performer AJ Krumley. You can find them performing in Seattle at Comedy Sports and with Crooked Street Theatrics and Productions. They're on Instagram at Major Fraser. All music for RPG Major is created live in the room by our unmatched accompanist, Noah Samuels. Find him on Instagram at Samuels_Noah. And I'm your GM and host, Helix. You can find me performing with Jet City Improv and musical improv team We Have Some Notes. Connect with me and the show on social media at RPG Major. We'll see you next time.
Can I take just a real quick TO? I love this tea because it tastes like Zoo's smell in a good way. Like,
Right?
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's what I seek in beers, in wines, and in teas. No.
Are you a hojicha enthusiast?
I haven't had a lot of hojicha.
Oh, okay. You might like it.
I mean, okay.
It's a part of like green tea, like of sencha, but it's just the twigs. And so it's not any of the leaves, and it's very earthy, and it's a little bit sweet. It's really good with milk. Very low caffeine.
I'm into it.
That's Camilla's Tea Corner.
This needs to be a recurring.
Yeah.
The green drink.
I feel like Helix's Tea Corner is also very important.
Oh, yeah.
The problem is I know what I like, and I don't know a lot about it, is the thing. I'm far from an expert in tea.
It's got a little turtle on it.